Hello, and welcome to day 16 of 30 days of KineScentials. Today marks the first day of our third week of our 30 days together. The first week, our weekly theme was dissolving the armor. Second week was laying the foundations or coming home. And now this week, our theme is feeling into flow. And we have a beautiful week lined up. The movement today, what we just demonstrated, is standing figure eights. And as you can imagine, the standing figure eights is related to the seated version, the seated figure eights, which we've done previously. It's also related to the standing twirling that we've done previously. In all of these movements, one of the inherent aspects is this infinite pathway. And inherent in the infinite pathway is this notion of bringing harmony, inner harmony. An inner harmony, yes, and also a harmony with all that is. With the continuousness of the pathway, this reminds us of the essence of time and timelessness, and it has the potential to really bring us and seat us in the now. This movement also, with each swipe, each pass through the figure eight, we're swiping through not just one, but all of our energy centers. So we're stimulating all of our energy centers. And when our chakras are aligned and attuned, our energy body is also aligned and attuned and harmonious. What is this good for? Some of the applications of the standing figure eights. It's a good way to bridge between seated and standing, or upper and lower bodies. It's also a nice way to enter into a series or a session of work. It's also a nice way to wind down out of a class or a session of work. And then within a session, we also sometimes use it as an interim in between sections of a class, as a way to center us, bring symmetry back into the systems, and bring us centered. Now, and today instead of learning the movement together at this point, what we normally do, I feel like it's a quite intuitive movement, so I'll teach it with you. We'll just do it together at the end after we've also explored through Frankincense and the acupoint we're using, stomach 36. So go ahead and take your frankincense and open that bottle and take a nice inhale. Frankincense every single time. It's like that first sip of coffee. It never disappoints. So frankincense is the great connector. Very fitting for this movement. Frankincense has the ability also to connect chakra to chakra through all of the chakra centers, energy centers in our bodies. But it does have a special affinity with center 1, our root chakra. And similar to what I was just saying, our root chakra has this ability to connect upper to lower. And that also can bring us into notions of connecting to our future selves, to our spiritual, maybe higher spirit in the upper realms, and also connecting to our past and our ancient relatives in the lower realms. Okay. We'll locate our point and then we'll apply the oil. So for stomach 36, let me just lower so you can see my legs a little better. For stomach 36, what we do is take the opposite hand to the leg we're finding it on, place the ridge of the top of the hand just under the kneecap, and then with the fingers together, the bottom point on the pinky line is about 3 inches away from the bottom of the kneecap, and that's where you want. And then you just ride that line horizontally off the tibia bone, and you'll find a divot there, a spot. Typically there's a little bit of, when you touch it, you can maybe feel some tenderness. Actually, the more tender it is, the more attention that spot wants. Let me just lower that again so you can see. Good. Good. So I'll do that one more time on the other side just for super clarity. You take the top ridge of the hand, place it underneath the kneecap with the fingers together. Where the pinky line is the distance away, about 3 inches. And then just ride off the tibia bone, and in that space between the tibia and fibula, you'll find the spot, stomach 36. Now, stomach 36 strengthens the legs, fortifies the whole body, tonifies our chi, it improves our immune systems, it increases our longevity. The list goes on and on. This is a really, really very potent and powerful point. Okay, so let's go ahead and pair that up with our frankincense. Remember, we take our pre-diluted oil, 1 drop in our hand, gather it into 1 finger, share it between the 2, and lightly place the finger on that stomach 36 point that you found. Now we are leaning forward here, so whenever I'm off my axis, just feel like there's just enough energy gathered in your center so you can feel like you can bow and hang your spine passively in this position. And then again, just let your attention come inward, creating a calmness and a space to be able to receive any transmissions or information that frankincense or stomach 36 may send you. Stack your spine back up to vertical, gather frankincense up to your nose and take a few inhales. Very nice. I'm going to leave the camera on my lower body. I'll transfer it back higher again halfway through once we get to the movement. Come to standing and just take a little rocking side to side. And there's a natural place where you land when you do that rocking. And you might just want to be just a smidge, have your feet just a smidge wider than that place you landed. Before we go into the figure 8, we'll just get the sense of the lateral shift. So place 1 hand on your belly in front and behind, and then push away from your right leg so you arrive with your weight over the other, towards the other leg. Now, without going up to do it, push away from your left leg. So your pelvis is literally like a platter, just moving on the horizontal side to side without any up or down movement. Very nice. Next time you push away from your right leg, also rotate towards it. When you rotate towards it, don't let anything collapse in. Feel like your energy through your legs is nice and strong, and you're rotating around yourself so the body faces directly towards the side. This time, as you're pushing away from your left leg, feel your body rotate as your weight is shifting. Do that a few times. So the eyes, feel like your eye gaze is like the beam of a lighthouse scanning around your room. Nice. Now this time, hold right there. I'm going to lift the camera so we catch more of the upper body aspect. So here we are. Now feel like you're scanning as you push, and then imagine that there's a wave of water that comes through your body and diagonally behind you. Scan around to the forward diagonal and feel like that water swishes through, swipes through your body on the back diagonal, around and through, around and through. You don't need to move your arms like this. I'm just doing this as a teaching tool. Once that pathway seems nice and clear, sink into a nice rhythm with your breath. Imagining in your mind's eye, from a bird's eye view from above, you could really see the figure 8 pathway that you're tracing that penetrates through your center line each time. Keep going. And then each swipe, just gradually let each foot, when you've shifted to one side, let the other side just inch a tiny bit closer towards your center. So you're gradually coming out of a wide stance into a more natural parallel stance. And then when your legs are parallel underneath you, just let that feeling of figure eight kind of disappear or dissipate. So it's kind of echoing up and down, and it's just leaving. It's just like the echo of that movement. And your body is just swaying with an inner hum, the inner remnant of the figure eight. Lovely. Blink your eyes open, come back into the room. Thank you so much for joining today for Standing Figure Eights, Frankincense and Stomach 36. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for more Feeling into Flow. Have a beautiful day.